Well, this is it. Now, implementing the fees is a totally different thing. They're most likely they're not going to pay it, but you want them to be the debtor, right? So you want them to be in debt in case they force your hand to go to court. So the second you go to court, you say, look, I'm not disputing that there's money owed, I conditionally accept, but they owe me a lot of money too. Here's all the invoices that were sent by registered delivered post. Let's just say I deduct what they owe from what they owe me, and then they pay me the rest, please. And the judge will say, oh, that's pretty amicable of you. Yes, sure. Pay him the money. Pay her the money,
You're just being honourable.
Exactly.
And that's what law.
Always be honourable.
That's what law is about, being honourable. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's what law's about.
Absolutely.
You got
that's what I'm doing at the moment with the credit agencies, So they are trading my trademark, and I don't like it. So I'm having conversations with them through the limited company, Totally. And they keep trying to register them as complaints, but obviously they're not complaints, and this is where they can't comprehend it, I was like arguing with one of them in a debate, I say back and forth, and and I was literally saying, what they're saying, it's okay to take my property and trade it and earn money. I'm like, imagine the police coming arresting you, and you're like, well, wait a second, I'm going to do an internal investigation. I'll write back to you in 30 days with the outcome. Please let me go. I said they'd laugh in your face. They'd never let it happen.
This is it.
So that's exactly what's going on here. But I believe you do the ID cards, right?
Yeah.
Carl, if people want to get them, maybe we can post it, or you can send me the link and I can post it in the Truth Talk group for you. Yeah.
Sure. No, definitely. I mean, like people can just email truthtalkofficial@gmail.com. I mean, like, I'll put it up in the group anyway, and I'll send you the link for the email anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Because they're worth having, They're absolutely worth having.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's basically showing your whole title deed, but it's better than your title deed because you've got your thumbprint on it and it's got your image on it as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's good to have, because you can easily just pull it out and say, well, look, this is my ID. Doesn't matter where you go, what you do. Even if you're driving, even if you got your driving license in your purse or your wallet or whatever, you can still pull out that, and that will be accepted. So,
well, speaking of driver's license, because I have to do commerce with, I have another company that's trading, and I do commerce and I do travel for commerce with the car. So what I did was, with my new driver's license, I removed the Mr. bits, and I just have the trademark name. So every time they stop me now, it's just my trademark name. They write it out. So it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. No title, nothing. You don't need a title.
That's it. This is the thing,
The title is, lowering you below them, right? So when you're the limited company, you're at the same level. For example, if you go into court, you're at the same level as a judge when you're the owner of a limited company.
Yeah.
But if you don't own it, you've got no rights. So, for example, you're stepping into their ship, you're under their jurisdiction, and you're like, well, wait a second, I have my own ship, I'm under my own jurisdiction, And this is what others don't get when they go in, And they keep saying, are you Mr. X, Y, and Z? Yes. And you take all liability for an implied company, because Mr. XYZ could be a company as well. You could register that, not just your one, right?
This is the one.
So you have to be very careful how they write to you. Or I noticed they do spelling mistakes, very subtle spelling mistakes, or spaces are missing or something, And then that could be an implied company, And you've taken liability. They're so sneaky, I find, how they write to you.
Sorry, I was just posting the
no problem.
The Telegram group link. I've just posted it in the group chat for everyone.
Thanks.
It's cool. But yeah.
I also had a question from someone. Sorry, I'm going through a list here of questions
Sure.
you were sending. So someone is a sole trader, right? And they've just bought their limited company. And he's wondering, paying tax as a sole trader, if you're a sole trader, now you're a limited, and you own your own limited company, do you need to engage with HMRC?
No,
Or
because
what is the issue with that? Yeah.
well, the thing about it, the sole trader still, see, when you're employed and then you go into self-employment like sole trader, you're still recognized under being a body of United Kingdom Limited. You have to step out of United Kingdom Limited itself. So by being the limited, you are stepping out of United Kingdom. So it's a completely separate entity. If you want to perform for United Kingdom, then you can do as a sole trader, but you don't have to. You can just perform as United Kingdom and be as United Kingdom and trade with the world as a limited company. You see? So
yeah. Most people don't get that companies are international. You can open a branch anywhere. Yeah. This is it, yeah.
That's the thing. You can have an office wherever in the world, wherever you want. That's the thing. So with that's kind of like basically that, really. I mean, like with the self-employed or sole trader, you are really okay, look at it like this. Employee is like the child. A sole trader or self-employment is like a teenager, and then the adult is the limited company. Look at it like that. So with the teenager and the child, the parent is still the United Kingdom Limited. The adult steps out of United Kingdom Limited and becomes its own country in that certain respect. Do you see?
May I ask a question?
Certainly.
On that topic, thank you. I'm a self-employed person. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the correct description. And I've also got my name as a limited company. So I've got two, I'm sort of set up in two ways, if you like. Can I continue to be a self-employed person until I choose to make any changes around that? Because I feel at the moment this is all very new to me. Sure. And I just don't want to freak my accountant out. Yeah. If that makes sense.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem, because remember, it's a completely separate entity you have.
Yeah. And for transition and everything, like people were saying earlier, I'm a bit off topic because I had to go and take a call, but the transition takes time. Yeah. So, sorry, I'll put my camera on. So it's you need to get comfortable with it and to get some understanding before you start to move ahead.
Sure, especially if you want to trade.
Yeah, I mean, another question I had was, you were talking about the notices, and if I join up with Patreon, would I find all of the templates there? Because to scroll through the Truth Talk chat,
we don't offer templates. So this is me just on my spare time. I was helping a few people. They'd send me some private messages and stuff like.
Okay.
Please discuss it with me beforehand, because honestly, I get hundreds of messages a day. It's very difficult. Don't be angry with me or something if I don't respond. It's just the sheer amount of messages for help I get.
There's an avalanche there, and I just thought, gosh, if I need a template and I want to have a look, and I'm just going to try and take something ahead. Where, what could I look at? What would be a good thing? That was all. And I know you.
If you want. It depends on what you're doing. That's the thing, and what you're trying to do. Because if you're looking at doing the legal stuff, I mean, like, we had a talk with Pete Stone, and he does the Sovereign Project. So if you check out the Sovereign Project, they've got a lot of templates on their site, Sovereign Project, and that's Peter Stone. Yeah, just tell him I sent you over to him, basically, and he'll kind of like guide you into what you want really to do. If you want to deal with the legal side, that's the thing, you see, and it depends on what you want to do as well. But there's many templates out there. You can probably go and Google and say you want a template from Get Out of Debt Free, for example. They're still around. I think they're still around, yeah, Get Out of Debt Free. And they'll probably have loads of template. But yeah, Sovereign Project, Get Out of Debt Free.
Yeah, the sovereignproject.live is their website. The sovereignproject.live.
Okay.
Yeah, .live.
Thanks, Tegan. Yeah. So he's got a lot of stuff over there. And again, it depends on what area and jurisdiction you're looking at, really, and what you're doing and what you're trying to do. Because again,
a few things up ahead, aren't there? I mean, we just don't know them all in the beginning. I'm a mother of a young man with special needs, sure. And so I'd like to kind of do as much as I can on his behalf as well, while I'm still on planet, just to kind of protect him as well. So there's a lot that I need to learn before I start serving notices and sort of keeping people at bay, you know, from him, like with experimental medical procedures and all kinds of other weirdness. So
you can drop me a message on Telegram, Christine, if you ever need help.
Yeah,
I can't give legal advice and stuff, but
that's Tegan.
Tegan.
Yeah. Are you in the Truth Talk group? Yeah.
I'm in the Truth Talk group, and Jeremy invited me. So Jeremy, I know from.
I've just posted a link up in the chat there anyway for the Telegram group. So it's in the group chat here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also about knowing when to write to them and when not to. Like a lot of the time, all you need is there's no contract, and then they'll put a lot of other blabbage or noise, I call it, in the letter, trying to upset you, or a notice trying to upset you. You can ignore that. All you need is that one sentence: we have no contract with your limited company. Doesn't matter what else they say after that. They've admitted there's no contract. You know, it's all a distraction. So a lot of the time it's knowing how to respond and what to look for in these, you know. Like I ignore 99% of what they write. I just look for keywords. Have they answered what I wanted? Yes or no? That's all you need to know.
Curious, because you were talking about, you know, the child, the teenager, and the adult, and I was quite curious. I had somebody speak to me recently about how my son with the special needs, my adult son, is belongs to the state, and I thought, my God, so don't we all? You know, like in our old capacity, if you like. And so I'm really trying to get my head around all of that on behalf of him as his mother, and how much I can do on his behalf, and to do with mental capacity and that kind of thing, and what's unlawful and what's legal, and
also
so
as well. I mean, like, yeah. Sorry to jump in there, but also as well with the language, as I keep going back to, how you've got to look at how they're writing his name. Are they writing his name in all capitals? And are they addressing him? Is all of his correspondence, if they're in capital letters, it means they're dealing with an implied company. You see, so most of the time it will be, they're dealing with an implied company. So you could claim the limited company name and be the director of his limited company and allow what goes on. Do you see? Because you're taking charge of the corporation itself. Now
even though he's 25.
Yeah, he's still a child. The 25 is when you finish being a child, and they destroy. Well, they say your paperwork gets destroyed at the hospital for your birth notification form. And when you look at a legal dictionary, the child really ends at 25.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So he's really the child still under your jurisdiction. If you claimed his name as a limited company, you could be the director of that limited company name they're trying to do business with.
So that would be advisable to do that now while he's 25. Would that be easier than when he's older? You
can do it at any time you wanted to. Because the thing about it is, like, again, as me and Tegan always say, try not to rush into things as we know people don't. Do you see? But it's like we have to look at, okay, if I take charge of this, then I can only be the director of it. Do you see? So he can be a person with significant control. Do you see? But you can be the director. So you call shots on what goes on. So it's like, yeah. So it's like anything really, you know, once you take charge of the name, because it's only the name they're doing the deal with. It's not your son, it's not your daughter, it's not your husband, it's not you, it's not, do you see, it's a name. It's a brand they've put onto us from the beginning. I mean, like your son has a surname, which they write to. Again, they've written to the legal name. They've written to his Christian name and his surname together. That's a legal name they're writing to. So it's a legal implied corporation they're working with. Do you see? So and that's what we've kind of like done. We've taken charge of that corporation. Now we are the ones who function it basically and do whatever it needs to be done. So if your son needs what he needs to do, then you are the director and he'll be the shareholder, basically. He'll own it, but you're the director. So he's the shareholder. So he's the beneficiary, and you become like the trustee in a certain sense, being the director or so-called secretary or whatever, do you see? Because he's the shareholder.
So being a trustee, you don't benefit, but him being the director,
Well,
he benefits.
he'll be the shareholder. Yeah, he'll be the shareholder beneficiary, and you're doing the work for him.
Okay, so I'd be the director or the company secretary or something like that.
You see, that's the thing.
Or it could be your company doing that, right? So your company could be the director as well.
Yeah.
And that way, you could put that your company's owned by a trust, and then the trust is running through the company type of this. Yeah, that's a bit more complicated, but you could do it like that as well.
Yeah.
So having set up myself as a company, I could use that. Is that what you're saying?
Your limited company can own his limited company. It's like your trademark. Okay. What we do when we get our limited company, we then go and get our trademark, but the limited company owns the trademark. We don't own the trademark, the limited company does.
Exactly. It's a totally different entity.
You see, so if anybody uses that trademark, it's not us that's going after them, it's the limited company that's going after them, which is a big difference.
Exactly.
Because you're dealing
that's what I did when I went after 3. Yeah.
That's it. Now you're dealing with corporate law and contract law properly and all that stuff, really.
Yeah, because they can't deny not knowing about the trademark, because when you're applying for it, it's put out in the Gazette for 2 or 3 months before it's registered to you or given to you.
Yeah.
And then, anyone has the right to see it then. And even they can even search the trademark register even when it's registered. So then there's no excuse for them to say, I didn't know about this once it's registered.
If when you, as Tegan says, when you first do your trademark, they even give people the objection to object against it. So do you see? So if you've gone through the 4 months and nobody's objected against it, then hey, hello, you missed your chance to. So now you're using it and you want to use it. Sorry, you can't. You could have put up a complaint beforehand, as Tegan saying. Is he gone?
No, absolutely. But I think you always have to follow a procedure. You always have to give them room to right the wrong at the beginning. And that's why you ask them, is there a contract existing?
Sure.
Maybe I don't know about it. And can you give it to me, as you said, Carl, for the company filing? If they don't, and then you say, well, there's a fee if you continue to keep using it, cease and desist then immediate effect. And then there's a fee if you don't. And then you invoice them. And you can generate invoices. I have it in the Truth Talk group, how to generate invoices. Takes less than 30 seconds to write this up. It will create the PDF for you. And you just send it to them, print it off, send it to them.
How do you find the things that you've posted in the Truth Talk group? Because there's so many messages. Is there a place in there?
So there's multiple ways. You can search keywords like invoice template or invoice generator or notices, or you can click the name and then you can go to files or links. So files will have all the files that were posted in there. Links will have all the links that were posted in there. And it just makes it a lot easier, especially for me. So, if you still can't find something after that, please do feel free to reach out to me. That's no problem. Happy to help you. Okay.
Okay, so how you doing, Chris? Was that okay for you? Was that kind of like, did it kind of like answer some of your questions, Christine?
Yeah, it did. I had to go off, so I missed some, and I didn't want to take everybody off on a tangent. So I hope I haven't done that. No. I'm just getting used to all of this, and it's really resonating with me and feeling that it's right. And obviously, we've all got tons of other things going on at the same time. My son's just transitioning from a really amazing college, actually, to a Camp Hill community, and they're really lovely. And so I just want to kind of follow all of this up when it's all settled with, lots of protection around him. And totally. So just really wanting to develop my understanding. So I'm trying to put aside some time every week to just understand a few different things and, try not to torture you and make you go over things again and again. I can see in the group that sometimes you think, oh my God, I've told them so many times, like
No,
I'm going to try.
that's not a problem, because some people get it in some ways and some people don't. So
And some people knew, and some people have been doing
totally, totally. And if we can explain it in a certain way that one person can understand it but another one can't, then we'll try and explain it the other way. That's the thing. So for me, I don't mind keep speaking about it, because the more I speak about it, the better I get a say in it. So, and it gets out there,
don't we, as well, when we're explaining something to somebody. I think we get a deeper understanding of it as well.
Totally, totally.
With the way, if I'm sharing things, and I'd love to understand these principles, the principles of lawfulness and truth enough to be able to share with other people, definitely.
Which is a blessing. Grateful for that. Definitely.
Have you signed up for the Patreon, Christine? There's some really amazing
Jeremy
videos
told me to do that. Yeah, no, I must do that. It's
really amazing videos.
Yeah. I'll just find the link for that somewhere and try and do that.
It's in the Telegram group. I'll repost it after this meeting as well, so everyone has it.
Thank you.
Even I go back and I keep re-looking at them, Carl, and I'm always thinking about new things come to my head constantly, Because once you see it the first time, you see it in one way. I know. It again. Oh, well, what about this and this? You're constantly learning,
Totally, constantly. And there's so many little things as well, which we completely miss. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's why, again, it's just like talking to everybody. It's just like, again, just repeating stuff. It's like going through it with a fine tooth comb. Do you see? It's really it is really good. It is really good.
Absolutely. I would recommend everyone read the Fraud Act 2006, because it's very, very clear on the corporate side, company to company or business to business relationship, what they can and cannot do, right? Now, if they're, for example, Carl and I always talk about commerce. So commerce, when they're earning money off of your property without a contract with your company, their company is gaining. So as to the detriment of your company is losing money.
That's the one.
Right. And that's the same thing. If you look at the IPO website, you can search trademark cases. And it's always the same. Of course, the wording is different, but it's always the same. Company A took companies B property and profited off it. And now company is being sued, and then they have to pay the profits plus what that they earned on it plus damages, and it's always the same. You can't just take someone's property. I can't just come and take your car or your house and say it's mine now. Sorry. We have rules that don't allow that, especially in the corporate structure.
Totally.
In the corporate entity. Yeah.
But when you're under a corporation that agrees to that, like United Kingdom Limited agrees to all of that. So because we're implied under them, being ruled by them, and not standing up and taking responsibility and liability for ourselves, then they see us that we're still children and we need that guidance from them. And if we do this wrong, they can slap us on the wrist and we're not adult enough. So we have to take ourselves out of that. So limited is so much easier in that certain sense. So
absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, once you get a trademark and the limited company, watch your mail go down. How much mail you get? I'm lucky if I get one letter a year now.
I know, it's crazy. I don't get anything. I don't get anything, man. It's crazy.
It's amazing. I used to be so scared to check the mailbox, and now it's just like I want to, engage with them. They don't send me anything.
It's like, I got a letter. No, that can go back.
Yeah, I know, right? The time before computers, you used to always do everything with letters. You're like, oh, I got an email, and now you're just like, oh, I got a letter. Absolutely.
Crazy.
But always get everything in writing, yeah? Never, ever allow them to email you or do anything over the phone, yeah? This is one of the biggest tricks I noticed that they do to us.
If they email you, just block the email. Yeah, just block the email. Mark's got his hand up. Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's cool. Mark, how you doing, bro? You there? Okay, I think he's trying to find his mute buttons and
you have to set the audio to Wi-Fi or something, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I think he's trying his audio. Sure.
Yeah, we can come back to them.
Yeah.
So can I ask a maximum of 2 questions per person? I don't want to keep Carl too long on
No, that's cool.
one
man.
individual if possible.
Sure.
And yeah, I think Mark, we'll come back to you. I see your mic isn't working now. So maybe you want to rejoin, connect to the Wi-Fi for the audio. I think that's normally an issue people have. And does anyone else have a question? If you want to put your hand up. Or Nikki, is he raising his hand?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey guys, thanks for everything you're doing. Much appreciated.
How you doing, Nikki?
Yeah, all good, thanks. So a question I've got for you. I have a business that I've had for a few years. Me and my sons are directors. On Tuesday, I'm going to call up and ask to change the names over because we're all limited now. And she's going to ask, will you want the shares into the limited names? I'll say yes. But can I ask her to change the director into the company names? Does that make sense?
Tegan?
I'm sorry, the audio wasn't great for me. Can you say it again? The audio wasn't great for me, sorry.
It's very muffly, your audio.
So I have a business and the director, I'm going to try and change the business, the director's name to my new name that is limited. Will they accept that?
Okay, so you put the trademark name as the director, right? Not, you don't put the unless you have another company that you want to make a director. Is that what you want to do?
Have you trademarked?
Yeah. I have another company. I've had it for years. I'm going to phone the accountant up and tell her to put the shares into my new name with the limited on, and also change the director's name to my new name with the limited on the end.
So when you do that, you're making your, so you have 2 companies, right? You want to get your company you've had for a long time trading, I'm guessing. You want to make your name limited company as a director. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can just do that on Company's House.
Yeah.
Update the name.
Just update the name. When you do your confirmation statement, you'll see that you can change the name of the director, and then you can write your company name down in the director's position on your confirmation statement.
Right. So I don't have to advise the accountant to do that for me.
No, that's nothing.
No, why would you?
No, nothing to do with your accountant.
Excellent. Okay, thanks.
You can just tell the accountant that this company is now the director. That's it. That's all they have to know. They don't have any say in how you run your companies.
Yeah.
And you don't pay them to do that either, right? You pay them just to do the accounting side, I'm guessing. You don't pay them for legal advice and such, and they shouldn't be giving you legal advice.
Yeah, I was just going to phone her to do that for us because that's what she gets paid for.
If you want Company's House, one of the people at Company's House, give them a call when your confirmation's ready to do, and say that you wanted to change the name, and they will go through it with you. Because they're happy to help you like that. They're really good like that. As I said, I done my filing the other day, and I phone them every year and say, could you go through this with me? And they're happy to go through everything. Confirmation, once you do the confirmations a couple of times, it's easy, the confirmation statement, because all you're doing is just really checking over anything what's being done within the company, like changing the names or address and stuff like that. So, but if there's any confusion, you can call them. Their number, their number is 0303 1234 500. Yeah, 0303 1234 500. Yeah, that's their number. And just have a word with them, and they're happy to help you as well. Go through anything, like when this stuff's on the screen, they'll say, have you got your account up on the screen and stuff? And they'll say, and they'll go through it with you and everything. So yeah, they're really good like that. But yeah, your company name can be the director. What we're doing as well, if you've got the trademark, you can make the trademark also the director. Do you see? So it's not a man or a woman what's in that position. It's a legal fiction. So that's either going to be the limited company or the trademark.
Thank you.
No, that's okay. Was that all right? Is there anything else on that? Are you okay with that?
Good afternoon.
That's cool. If anything comes to mind, just jump back on, Mark. I mean,
we got
not Mark. It was what was it?
Nikki, was it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Nikki, sorry, Nikki.
Yeah.
I've still got Mark on the
And a few people have their hands up. Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Eugene.
Oh, well, basically, I've got a few questions. I've got more than two, if that's okay for you, if you can handle.
Go ahead.
So first question is about trademark. Basically, I've come across templatelets on your Truth Talk channel, and is it need to be a letter? Actually, I think Tegan mentioned a letter not always working, so I think notice would be a better outside.
No, you never write a letter. You always write a notice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's because I've come across that template trademark infringement letter, and I thought, like, would it be better to send a notice, and how would that notice be like named?
So
Any
you're printing
idea?
it off. You're printing off a piece of paper, right?
Yes.
And then you go, that's exactly your subject: trademark infringement, cease and desist, right?
So notice of trademark infringement.
Yeah, cease and desist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that would
Keep
easier,
it
yeah.
simple. Did you have more questions?
Yeah. You've mentioned someone like contacting a loan company or someone like or a bank, asking about like a contract again in the form of letter.
A bank. So we're asking for. So are you talking about a mortgage? Are you talking about a bank account? What specific situation?
No. You mentioned someone contacted, I think, a bank asking about like about that, like a loan, I think it was.
Is it something that you're doing, Eugene?
No. I'm thinking about doing something like similar, because I've opened limited company as well, and I've done trademark recently. So I'm saying, like, if I contact a bank, I've got a loan from, like, saying, like, if you've got any, like, asking them a question, if we've got any contracts in a letter, would it be like better to send notice again, or just
always a notice? It's always a notice. Letters have no power.
Always a notice. Yeah,
always a notice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned limited company ID. Is that basically an ID done yourself, basically myself? Yeah, limited company ID. Some company, blah blah blah. I'm like director, phone number, address.
Yeah. So what exactly are you asking? How to write a notice? Sorry.
What's that?
No. That's like, it's a different question, basically. You mentioned about limited company's ID. You like
the ID card
yourself, yeah. Yeah, ID card. So it's basically company's ID card.
Yeah, I mean, like I make them
nothing
up.
Special.
Yeah, you can make them up yourself. I make them up professionally and do it on plastic and everything else if you want one done.
Okay.
So
so I can ask you as well for a fee.
I mean, like that's
cool.
So we'll post the link for the Patreon group. Are you in the Patreon group, Eugene?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, all the information's in there as well. I'll post it again in the group and show you the card, and then I'll talk to you in the group. Or send me a message in the Patreon group to remind me to send you the link.
Okay.
Yeah. For the cards, and then I can.
Yeah. You mentioned email as well. Is it Truth Talk Official Gmail, isn't it?
That's right. truthtalkofficial@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just send me an email over there, and then send me an email.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Chris. And Tegan mentioned as well during conversation with you about like driving license, and he's got like basically his car in the name of name and surname, and he said like I've removed title, so anything like if a certificate comes from DVLA, it's going to be like name and surname. I'm just wondering, basically, I had a penalty charge notice recently, and it was I received it in the name of Mr. name and surname, but I checked my V5C certificate and it says only name and surname. I'm just wondering where about that title Mr. comes from.
So Mr. is like a designation, a title. It's showing that you're beneath them. Basically, it's the lowest form of title you can have. And it means you essentially have no power. And that's why they're writing to you with a Mr., right? They're hoping you're silly enough to accept it.
No, I'm just wondering where about like you said like you've changed, you removed the title.
So on your driver's license.
Correction.
Yeah, so on your driver's license, does it say Mr. as a title?
Oh.
I know my old one had it, you know, when I had the name and had Mr. So when you can renew your driver's license, you can request a new one. You can say no title. It gives you the option to have no title, and then that's just your trademark. So when they write to you, they're writing to your trademark, and then you can, for example, it's a fine. That's commerce, right? So your company owns that trademark, totally different entity to you. You're completely separated. It's come to the company's attention. You're using our trademark for commerce. Can you please provide any and all contracts you have with your company and mine for my company filing? And, you know, failure to respond within 14 days will be the party's admission that no contract exists. Cease and desist.
Okay. So if in case a driving license says you're like Mr. John Doe, you need to like it's better to change it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always.
I think it's best to move the title, to be honest. Yeah.